up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Gilbert Arenas, you big dummy, you literally let yourself be set up for a front in an international federal money gambling scheme that was backed by the MAFIA, the Isreali Mafia. Y'all, let's get into this because funny thing is, TMZ was the first people to report this, but they made it seem like it was just something silly, like they was having a few card nights and the feds are putting 20 on 10. Baby. We went right to the federal press release and they let us know they are not playing with him. As a matter of fact, this is the scary part. This fool let himself be used and abused. Let's get into the actual federal press release because that's where all the information is. Okay, you guys listen. Former NBA star suspected Israeli crime figure arrested on federal indictment alleging high-stakes illegal poker games in a casino mansion. Let me give y'all the short version. This idiot rented out a mansion, put it in his name. I don't understand. You was making money from the NBA. I know you got money invested, and I know you got money because weren't you arguing with your ex-wife over child support? So we know you got money in that bank because you damn sure wasn't giving it up for child support. And you literally renting out a mansion and you was taking a percentage of... Listen to this. This man basically opened up a Wynn Las Vegas casino in his Encino Hills mansion. They said former NBA star Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants, including a suspected high-level member of the Isreali transnational organized crime group, what were you doing mixed up with the mafia? You're mixed up with organized crime? Are you stupid, Gilbert? They were arrested today on a federal indictment alleging they operated an illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played in the Encino mansion Gilbert Arenas owned. He was running a unauthorized private casino out of his house. And get this, I know they wasn't paying taxes on that money. They even had bottle service girls and girls to keep the guys company. And we're taking a portion of those girls' tips. And I bet you one thing wasn't nothing being reported to the IRS. Gilbert, 43, but mentally 7 years old, aka Agent Zero of Woodland Hills, is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business. And here's the kicker. 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. You got caught operating an illegal casino out of your house. Why did you have it in your name? What? You're not only a member of the Hair Club president, but you literally tried to lie to the feds. And the way he got found out is everybody else said, yes, we will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. He's scheduled to make his initial appearance and be arraigned in United District Court in downtown Los Angeles today, as a matter of fact. Again, those charged with the indictment and arrested today in connection with the illegal gambling business are Yevgeny Gershman, 49, aka Giora of Woodland Hills, a suspected organized crime figure from, Evgeny Torisky, 48, Eugene of Tarzana, Alan Austria, aka Elisa of West Hills, Yaron Cohen, 27, aka YC of Tarzana. Damn, they were Southern California's finest. And Levgin Kranchon of Tarzana, 43. Each of the defendants were charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business. Now, funny thing is, again, Gilbert was the only one charged with lying to the feds. Everybody else told on themselves and each other, and Gilbert was still sitting there probably listening to like young thug slow self. No snitching, idiot. But this whole thing is stupid, because listen to this. According to the indictment returned on July 15th, unsealed from September 21st to July 2022. Wait, this was going on between 2021 and July 2022? Gershon Arenas and the other defendants operated an illegal gambling business. He rented out an Encino mansion he owned for the purpose of hosting high-stakes illegal poker games. Again, noted Israeli mafia, mob people, according to the federal government, approached you about having casino night in your mansion. And instead of turning the hose on and saying, get the hell off my property. Y'all trying to send me to jail. You say, yeah, bet, let's do it. How come you didn't tell them to run this out of their home? How come you ain't tell them, no. Even if I'm involved, you can't do this in my mansion. You can't do this in my home. You can't do this in the kingdom where I don't pay child support. Now, oddly enough, I do think that one of his sons was involved in a horrible accident a little while ago with a Tesla car where he was in an accident. It was really bad and it locked him in. I hope his son is actually doing better. So maybe he fell on hard times. I don't know. But even then, why would you use your actual home? Why wouldn't you go... Anyway, so he rented out his home. And get this, for the purpose of hosting high-stakes illegal poker games and they're saying at Gilbert's direction, Arthur Katz 51 at West Hollywood staged the mansion to host games, found co-conspirators to host the games, and collected rent from the co-conspirators on Gilbert's behalf. Now, again, you literally lied to the feds, and everybody in this is trying to get you to take the fall. Can you tell me how people that the federal government has classified as mob people, they were at your direction, you was running the show? Do you see how they all linked up and turned the finger at you? And because you lied to the feds, you're the one that's going down? Anyway, they managed illegal pot limit Ohama poker games, among other illegal games at the Encino Mansion, collected a rake fee, a fee the House charged from each pot either as a percentage or a fixed amount per hand, and invited players to compete. He also hired young women who, in exchange for tips, served drinks, provided massages, and offered companionship to the poker players. The women, and get this, the women were charged a tax, a percentage of their earnings from the working in the games. Chefs, valets, and armed security guards were also hired to staff these illegal poker games. He worked as a chip runner, Cranchan, in which he tracked players' wins and losses and distributed poker chips to players and to pay employees. Again, and I can't say this enough, you really expect me to believe that Gilbert Arenas was doing all this on his own? They are literally making this man take the fall, but you know what? That's what he gets. That's what he gets. That's what you get for hanging out with your little hood rat friends doing hood rat things, and now because you lied, you're the one in trouble. Gershman, the guy that said he was doing it all on Gilbert's behalf, is an Israeli citizen who was charged along with Valentina Kohorkari of Woodland Hills with 3 additional counts. Conspiracy to commit marriage fraud. What? He had an illegal... So the Israeli mob guy, according to the federal government, that Gilbert Arenas was like telling him to go run me my money. Okay. He also had marriage fraud, conspiracy to commit marriage fraud, and making a false statement on an immigration document. So he literally had a, what do you call it? Green card wife. Oh God. In early 2022, he conspired with that woman to enter into a sham marriage for the purposes of obtaining permanent legal status, you can kiss that goodbye, in the United States, and lied to immigration authorities to procure legal status for Gershman, who provided financial support to this woman in exchange for her participation in the sham marriage. How did they find this out? Were there text messages being like, I can't stand you, can't wait till I get my papers. What do you want? How many shopping sprees are you gonna go on? You, literally, what was he say? All right, you dragging this now, and I already said I was gonna pay you this money. Now you asking for more? How many times your mama gonna be in the hospital? How did they find out it was a sham marriage? They both, him and that girl, submitted false information on their U.S. immigration forms, including his answer of no as to whether he had ever been detained by any law enforcement official, and as to whether he intended to engage in illegal gambling or any form of commercialized vice. So I didn't know that, but on your immigration form, they ask you whether you intend to engage in illegal gambling or any other form of commercialized vice. And the first thing you did when you got your fake wife was set up a gambling plot and use Gilbert Arenas' dumb self, saying he made me do it. Shut up. He was also arrested and is scheduled to make, the woman was also arrested and is scheduled to make her initial appearance and be arraigned this afternoon in the U.S. District Court of Los Angeles. The indictment contains allegations that a defendant has committed a crime. Every defendant is presumed to be innocent until and unless proven guilty by a court of law. If convicted, they could face a statutory maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison for each count. Oh my God, they said Homeland Security investigations, Northridge office, and Los Angeles Police Department's Major Crimes Division, Transnational Organized Crime Section, and IRS, I knew it, IRS Criminal Investigation are investigating this matter. I knew it because none of that money is paying. They are saying that the investigation is ongoing. I know there are a lot of people scared. Probably everybody that's been over to Gilbert Arenas' house in the last, since 2021 on. Let's also not forget that Gilbert Arenas, he literally, remember when he got into an argument with somebody over a gambling debt in his locker room, and they pulled the hammers out on each other, the poo. So Gilbert Arenas, he be involved in crazy stuff, but I still don't think that he was the sinner. Yet and still, this is what you get. Listen, let me tell y'all, too much is given, much is expected. There is something going on with the federal government. They are taking down, they're going after athletes. They are going after athletes. So if you know that, and you know you're going to be the first one taken down, why are you linking up with Isreali MAFIA and running your version, an illegal bootleg version of Steve Wynn's Vegas hotel, complete with escorts and bottle girls? Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. This story is developing. Gilbert Arenas has not commented on this, but I'm sure he will have a comment once he figures out that they're trying to make him take the rap for everything. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.